This banana costs 30 cents. To put it in your hand, the world fought wars, toppled governments, and wiped this fruit off the planet. Once already. This is the most dangerous fruit in history, and it shouldn't even exist. The wild banana was barely edible, a leathery pod full of hard black seeds. The one you know is a freak mutation, sweet, seedless, and sterile. It can't reproduce. Every banana you've ever eaten is a clone, kept alive for 7,000 years only because humans carried it, by hand, from soil to soil. From Southeast Asia, it spread west, through India, the Arab world, across Africa. Then, around 1516, Spanish ships carried it across the Atlantic to the Caribbean. A fruit from the far side of the world had reached the Americas. It just didn't matter to anyone yet, because for most of history, Americans had never seen one. At the 1876 World's Fair, bananas were a luxury, wrapped in foil, eaten with a knife and fork. But this fruit has a secret. From the moment it's picked, it's racing a clock. And that clock is about to build an empire. From the second a machete cuts the stalk, a banana has 14 to 20 days before it rots into black mush. The cut releases ethylene, the ripening gas. In tropical heat, or sealed in a ship's hold, it becomes an oven. One ripening bunch triggers the next, a chain reaction that can rot an entire cargo before it ever reaches shore. So the fruit had to outrun nature. Day 0. A telegraph says a ship is coming, and only then do the workers cut green to buy time. Days 1 and 2. A sprint by mule and private railroad to the coast. Days 3 to 10. The crossing, on ships painted white to beat back the sun. Their holds refrigerated to slow the rot. Days 11 to 14. Unload and race it inland by train before the window slams shut. No outside railroad was fast enough. No local port was reliable enough. So one company seized all of it. The land, the rails, the ports, the ships. Just to beat a 2-week deadline. To do it, the United Fruit Company swallowed whole countries. The people there had a name for it. El Pulpo, the Octopus. And when your entire empire runs on a clock, anyone who slows it down becomes the enemy. In 1911, a banana baron named Sam Zamuri didn't like Honduras' taxes, so he hired a private army, sailed them in on a surplus warship, and overthrew the government. His hired gunman was made head of the country's army. The world even coined a phrase for nations like these: banana republics. In 1928, soldiers gunned down banana workers who dared to strike. And in 1954, when Guatemala's elected president moved to redistribute the company's unused land, offering exactly what United Food had declared it was worth on its own taxes, the company got caught in its lie. So it called in a favor. The men now running the CIA had once worked for its law firm. They overthrew a democracy to protect a fruit. The price? A 36-year war and 200,000 dead. But here's what almost no one knows. The banana that built all of this isn't the one you eat today. For a century, the world ate a variety called the Gros Michel. And because every plant was an identical clone, when a soil fungus finally found it, there was no defense. It ripped through every plantation on Earth and drove the Gros Michel to commercial extinction. The industry scrambled for a survivor, and found one. They named it the Cavendish. That is the banana in your kitchen right now. You've never tasted the original. You've only ever eaten its replacement. And it's happening again. The same enemy is back. A fungus called Tropical Race 4. And the Cavendish is just as defenseless, because it's just as much a clone. There's no cure. Once it's in the soil, that land is dead for decades. It's already torn across the Americas, Colombia, Peru, Venezuela, and in 2025 it reached Ecuador, the country that grows nearly 1 in 3 of the world's bananas. So the next time you grab a banana for 30 cents, remember what it really is.